morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. Bet's gonna cover, bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
From the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, this is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, July 11th. It's going to be a big day of sports betting action here today as we get ready for World Cup. 2 games. We'll find out which 4 teams are going to the World Cup semifinals. We already know 2 of them. We know 2 more today. We'll preview those games also right here live on the new Sports Money Network. We'll have our UFC companion coverage today with Mikey and Jeff and the gang, and they'll be along with you here at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific tonight to go over that great card. Man, UFC 329 here from Las Vegas. You know, if you look at fight for fight, this is better than the White House card. It was about the spectacle. This is about the fighting here tonight with McGregor and Holloway, and some other great fights as well, including Benoit St. Denis, Paddy Pimblett, that co-main, Sandhagen and Bautista. Hey, speaking of that fight, you can get the preview for the main event and that Sandhagen-Bautista fight along with the Gondra and Reese preview when you watch BB MMA Picks. You can watch that show underneath the live tab. We previewed those 3 fights with Dagestan Poppy. This week, we got the gang back together. We got our preview together this week for BB MMA Picks. So check it out if you got time here before the fights go. We're a long way away from that. So check it out. Make sure you watch the guys here. And hey, if you're wondering what my picks are, they're going to be over at winnable.com. Won't be on the show, so you're going to have to get my picks if you're interested here at winnable.com/Ramon. So check me out over at Winnable. We'll give away, if I remember to do it, at the end of the show, we'll give away 1 month. But hey, it's just really 38 cents a day when you subscribe for $19.95 a month and support me here on the channel. We have a great card today, and my card will be released at about noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Here, as soon as I get off the air, I've got it ready to go, pretty much ready. Got my notes, got my handicap ready to go, got the picks ready, and I just got to enter them in. But that's about where I'm at in life here in the early July, getting ready for the All-Star break, getting ready for my vacation next week. Just want to say I will no morning steam on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday next week. There is one baseball game on Thursday. I think it's give me Phillies and Mets, right, on Thursday. But now we're going to take one extra day this year. They used to not do it that way. They used to play, you'll be back on Thursday with a full slate. But give them an extra day. They're a bunch of rich guys, and they need more time off. So they'll have to go play a doubleheader somewhere in the second half probably. And I'll be back on Friday at that time. Well, one more show tomorrow, though. Of course, we'll talk baseball tomorrow and other stuff here, including we'll know who our World Cup teams, and we'll talk WNBA as well here, and maybe recap the fights tomorrow. So hey, enjoy that with the guys, and I'll be hanging out there watching. So hope to see everybody there here on the new Sports Money Network. All right, and don't forget our racing coverage here today as well. A great racing card around the country. So join the guys here for the racing today here on the channel. Don't forget our racing coverage here every day. On Saturday here, we've got all the great parks going today, of course. So we got Gulfstream, we've got Saratoga in there today as well. So check it out today here on the new Sports Money Network. All right, we're going to go over some things here as well. And don't forget, use the promo code STEAM. That'll get you 20% off. So like I said, 38 cents a day. You're going to get more picks from me every day here. Tried to deliver a perfect card here overnight, but we did have some winners here. Also, you'll get my cover the spread video every day. We hit our WNBA parlay there yesterday, but couldn't come home with the big three. Did bring home one rugby winner in the premium picks to split my picks, but had the under there with Sydney Roosters and Parramatta Eels. I do it all here at the new Sports Money Network. We had a VIP free pick with the Geelong Cats and Greater Western Sydney Giants under as well. So we went 2-1 in our Aussie sports overnight. If you count the free play in there, hey, you can get those free plays just by signing up at winnable.com/Ramon. No money required, no payment required. You don't have to click your phone. Get more plays from me over there at winnable.com. And did also bring home some winners yesterday in baseball here as well. Yesterday we had the Rockies and the Giants winner there yesterday. Also brought it home with the Orioles there yesterday and the win over the Royals, and Athletics and White Sox over in that blowout yesterday. There, I think we go 3-1 or 4-0. Oh my goodness! I wish I had. Maybe I'll just if I just review the games here real quick, I'll look and find there before I start spouting off here. Right now with those games, I think we did go 4-0. Orioles run line, Reds over the Cubs. Right, that was a winner. And where's my script? Where's my script? Let me get to some of the results here. There we also had, I'm trying to think. White Sox Athletics over was like 14-1. Rockies Giants under, it was 4-3. That crazy play at the end of the game there where the center fielder trapped the ball, but the umpire called it an out, and they tried to double the guy off a second and first, but then they just called it a hit and put the bases loaded, but the Giants could not win. Colorado actually won the game. We won the game with the under there in that one. Also was Detroit smashing Philly there for a morning steam winner. We had the Tigers yesterday here on the show. Yankees did beat the Nationals there 5-3 with the win there for the Yanks on the road. Didn't see the offense we expected there, I guess, huh? Also, it was Tampa Bay clubbing Seattle 7-3 yesterday. We had the first five with Tampa yesterday. They got it done. Cleveland with Messick gets it done over Miami there. We had the under as a winner here on the morning steam. We had a lot of winners actually yesterday. Boston here as well. That was our morning steam winner. They took care of the Mets 6-2. Texas over Houston there yesterday. That was a morning steam winner on the under in the first five there in that one. It picked up later on, went over in the game, but first five was under. Did we lose any of these bets here yesterday? I'm not sure what was going on here. Morning steam winner also I'll tell you what, we didn't get the Angels over the Twins right now. The Angels pulled one of their arse and won 4-3. Cardinals beat the Braves 2-1. There yesterday is they got the win. We had the Cardinals there on the run line for a winner as well. Padres lost 5-3 over Toronto. We won. No, actually it went over in the first five, I think, there yesterday. Okay, we lost a couple. That's okay. Now Arizona and the Dodgers. I don't know. I don't know if I could take credit for Arizona on the run line there yesterday, even though we would have bet it again. I mean, come on, they were this guy Hurt was in there, and he was -$2. I mean, come on, with Eduardo in there. Anyways, we had the Arizona on the run line there yesterday. All right, so that was a good day. And WNBA action for winner first half with Toronto. Even though Dallas went on to win, Toronto covered that first half for us there yesterday. Also, we had the first half under yesterday with Golden State and Connecticut. What was the score? 10-2, 10-9 or something? It wasn't like that, but it was ridiculous. And we also came home with that was it there yesterday. Also a winner there, though, in the we talked about in the CFL, right, with the under there in Toronto and Winnipeg. Said, hey, you know what, Toronto with Drew Smith in there, or Winnipeg with Drew Smith. But we were saying I still kind of liked Winnipeg. The pick was on the under. The pick was a winner, and Winnipeg won the game there yesterday. So also NBA Summer League continues today here in Las Vegas. We saw some interesting results there last night in the Summer League. including an inspirational performance there by the Chicago Bulls rookie there. One of the epic games there for Caleb Wilson in that one. Man, it's been a long time coming. 35 points in his summer league debut there since he came off that broken wrist. He was pretty broken up about it on the pregame and postgame there. So it was a great job. Only one guy's ever scored more than that in his summer league history there, and that was Marco Bellinelli, 37 points in 2007. So more action today at the summer league. All right, let me say hello to the folks in the chat. I think that's about wrapping it up here. Of course, Spain beat Belgium yesterday. Probably can get into that right away as we preview the two games here today in the World Cup. Good to see Twisted in there today. So it might be a tough slate. There's Nuke. Maybe we get the scoop from Nuke when it comes to the CFL today with the Stamps and the Owls. Owls favored at home by 3.5 in the total. 61 seems almost outrageous now to say, oh, let's just go over in the CFL. I don't want to cut Nuke off and maybe he's going to make the pick. But I would think with these two defenses here, the way things are going, I would think 61 might be a joke here with Alexander and Adams. Now, maybe Adams might have it a little bit rougher right now, but Davis Alexander here probably lighting it up with Tyson Philpott and Snead today. And I don't know, I like the slate of sports here, but don't forget Wimbledon coming up here. I'm watching the doubles final right now, but we've got the women's final there, the all Czechia final today with Mushova and Noskova, and Mushova has been taking the action here. She opened about 120. I'm seeing 150 right now at BOL. Man, they're pounding Mushova here. What do you think of that? Good morning to Blake in there. Good morning to who else is joining me? Cash Kane is here. Nick Handy's ready to go. You know, he's ready for some tennis this morning and some UFC later on. Nuke. How about it? Great story here, Nuke, right? Not for Scotty, but for missing that putt at the Scottish Open. You'd think you'd have, but man, just shows his decline a little bit this year. You know, Grant, we don't talk about the injury he had late last year a little bit, and getting ready. So maybe it has bothered him a little bit. He hasn't been will he return to that super elite status? There is this just a little bump in the road this year? He's still done fine. Have won some. He's won. So let's see here. Twisted's got some plays already. A's and White Sox under, Angels and Twins over, Colorado money line, Yankees run line, Detroit in there. Stop Geo. Nuke says it was 2022. What a run, right? And I just look. We got to. You want to put all the doubters aside. Just win the Open Championship, right? We'll give you 2 days off. Come back and win the Open Championship. Maybe the Rays and maybe the Jays. It's Nuke against Ramon this week. But you know what? I did take the Rays there. I mean, the Jays there. Yeah, I didn't on the show here. Actually, I went first 5 under, like I said yesterday, and I think I lost. But I did take the Blue Jays yesterday. It wasn't a public play, so I can't really gloat about it too much. But all right. Let's see. Josh is here today as well. Hello to Josh out there. Twisted likes Nuskova here, and he's getting a good price. Sinner looked good, and I think the match ended up a push. I actually took Djokovic plus 6 games, and it landed with 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. So it looked good. There's no doubt that Djokovic can beat a lot of these guys out there still, but not a fit Sinner. And Sinner has benefited from the more milder conditions. It's still warm still, but not like it was. That was a detriment to him a little bit there when it's hotter. So, okay, did we get all through the previews there? Let's get to it. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here today. It'll be a big day on the channel. That was a good day yesterday. let's get to it here today with the preview, and we're going to go to the World Cup for 2 games today. And we'll start with England taking on Norway. Well, I got to make my lefse and get out the rosettes and maybe root for Norway here. Look, I'm one of those guys. I always try to root for England. When it comes to when the U.S. gets eliminated, you might as well shack up with the old you want to call us traitors, but anyways, maybe we go back to England. But my family's last name is Hesselberg, or at least my matriarch there from grandma on back. So we want Norway here, I think, is what the family would prefer in this one. And why not with Erling Haaland and his incredible run of goals here? I mean, 14 straight games with a goal for Haaland. That's pretty good. England's got great talent, but they got clutch players. They don't have. I don't know. Would you describe them? Would you describe Harry Kane as a guy who can kind of dominate the game? I think of him as more of the clutch gene player. But, with Odegaard and Haaland out there, I mean, that is a legitimate 1-2. I mean, there's not a lot of 1-2s out there. Yeah, Spain for sure. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 probably, but England cemented their 3rd successive FIFA World Cup quarterfinal appearance, overcoming that altitude in Mexico, overcoming the 10 men situation for the 3-2 victory. Didn't even take over regulation time. England just a 4-0-1 record, of course, coming in American style, 1 draw. Did go 2-3 against the spread, actually, here in play, right? 2-3 overall there for England against the number, really. So, maybe, I don't know, that's kind of underachieving in a way, even though they were pretty great. I mean, Croatia, Panama in the round-robin round. Of course, the Ghana tie was a little bit of a shocker for Norway. They also great numbers, but even better, 4-0-1, if you think about it. They racked Iraq 4-1, covered the spread. They beat Senegal, covered the half a goal. The France game, okay, they lost that game, but they already knew they were going through. And against Cape Verde, they got that one done and covered the spread in that one, and against Brazil as well. So, if anything, Norway 4-0-1 ATS, and not only that, 5-0 to the over for Norway. That's what they do, is score goals with these guys here in the tournament. 12 goals so far for these guys. So Norway reaches the quarterfinals in a major for the first time in their history after that round of 32 win, and then the win there, the upset win over Brazil. First time Norway has advanced beyond the group stages. So if anything, if you think that Norway, that it's a little bit of bright lights here a little bit, they're one of the outsiders. Like I said, 6 of the top 8 teams advanced into the quarterfinals, but you have 2 kind of outsiders, but you got, 2 superstar offensive players too, I think, in Odegaard and Haaland, of course. So Reece James is questionable for England, and defender Jarell Quansah is out. Norway really comes in pretty healthy. Harry Kane's the greatest English player of all time, in my opinion. 6 goals in this tournament. He scored 11 in his last 12 knockout stage matches at major tournaments. Erling Haaland, of course, like we said, 14 straight games in competitive internationals. He's found the net all 4 appearances in this World Cup. Remember, he took the game off there. No wonder they got crushed in that game, right? So he's found the net in all 4 appearances. And he's chasing James Rodriguez's record here now, back a decade ago, 12 years ago. So should be sunny, temperatures in the 80s here. Got to have those hydration breaks. People have said the hydration breaks may be gone after this World Cup. My understanding is they're going to go with it in the World Cup for sure, because America pays a lot of money for those games, right? Especially now. I mean, the U.S. is out. I'm sure that the ratings could go down a little bit, but this has been the most watched World Cup, and this is even with the fact that, Telemundo, or the Hispanic versions of it, is owned by NBC. There's been a little bit of controversy with the fact that Fox and NBC are kind of both showing the games, and Fox a little upset, said, "Well, why are 20% of the people watching the Spanish channel when the metrics say that only 8% of the people are actually English speaking?" So 12% of, or something like that, 12% of the viewers on the Telemundo don't even speak Spanish. They're watching that broadcast. Like we said, the hydration breaks, they don't go away. I don't know. Andres Cantor, I think some people like him better. There's nobody in the U.S. Yelling goal and believe it. If they did, they'd be faking it, right? Andres Cantor, that's a real deal. So more people, more people watching Spanish. All right, let's see what you guys got here on this one. I don't know how much more I can. You guys have been watching it. I've been watching it. I want to take Norway, to be honest with you. I think that the firepower here might be something. We might see something wild here. You think about it. England give up goals every game, don't they? 2 goals to Mexico, gave up a goal to Congo. Panama, I'm not worried about that. Ghana, scoreless draw, gave up to Croatia. Why wouldn't Norway come through with a goal at least? You got to think 2-1 minimum, but it could be 2-2. I know the first game, it was low score. We got to 2-1 yesterday. If any game's going to be a wild shootout, it's got to be this one, right? Norway is fun. They're the fun team left. I mean, who wants to row? All right, let's see. Here's England for Dirty Reg. BTTS in the draw for Norway Moneyline. He's got a Norway to win it all, or France in there. France short. Norway definitely has holes defensively, but France is better than England's pretty great. This is supposed to be the one, and funny because you listen to the England fans before that. Now, maybe I got different England fans than you, but they are not a confident group ever, it seems like. I mean, look, they were rated as one of the top 6, if not 5 or 4 teams coming in, and they still talking like they couldn't even get out of the round of 16, because we've seen disappointment before, and anything less than the title is probably disappointment for England fans. And I'm hoping they get it too. I think 2-2. I want to say high score. I want to say crazy score here. I don't think we see the stall. Maybe come up with some big ones there. Can't wait for this one, right? And that's the crazy thing about it. If you think about it, I wish I although we want the better game later. I mean, I think Norway and England here is the best game, of course, for all the fans too. 5 Eastern, noon Pacific at the Miami Stadium. Any more here? I'm going to cover a little bit more here, maybe. And Kane and Holland both to scores 3-1. Maybe because the Fox announcers are horrible. The post game or the pregame, or there it is. Chris said, "Is it the post game, Jim, or the pregame, or you mean the play-by-play?" Because the play-by-play. I mean, I watch it without the sound, but maybe because we're watching so many other things and stuff like that. But there's no doubt this is what people are talking about a little bit. Fox a little bit saying like, what's going on here? Next time, Fox was saying you should package the English and the Spanish together to someone. So if Fox gets the rights, we broadcast it in Spanish. We get the Spanish rights in the United States, and we'll show it on. I don't even know if Fox Deportes even exists, but they'll make a separate channel because this is the World Cup. The president kind of said something that I thought was interesting, and he's not far from it. If you go to any one of these games, right, if any is it's like a Super Bowl every game. And you know what? It really kind of, we think of the Super Bowl, it is off the charts and it gets more viewers. But if you think, the millions of people outside the world, we've always said, it's the world's biggest sport, right? Norway's given up 9 goals, England 7. So you got to think there's going to be goals to give up, right? Giving up goals. Yeah, Norway can give it up with the best of them. I hope it's 2-2 because that's what I'm going to take in regulation. Is I'm gonna go with Norway to think it is a tie. I don't think it's gonna be 1-1. I don't think it's gonna be 1-1. If England wins, it might be 2-1, and maybe it'll even be 3-1 if Norway starts gambling a little bit. But Fernando's here. He likes it over, and Reg took England there on the future, and they're playing just fine here. This is no problem. I'm going with the Norway because I like Holland, and I love Kane too. Like I said, I think he's the greatest English football player, big game, clutch, international style player I've ever seen on that team. And what about, Jim says, Theory and Zlatan are awesome, but what about their disdain? If you think about it, and what they say about Alexei, are they having fun with him? Are they mocking him? Do they really not like him? And also, I also think that Chicharito has been the breakout media superstar, actually, of the game, of the broadcast here in the United States. The Mexican star, Javier Hernandez. I think he is the biggest, is the breakout star of the announcing. I think that you see that they're going more and more to him. All right, that might be it. I'll give any other picks. Otherwise, we'll move on maybe with the next game here. But I want to give everyone a chance to chime in at the World Cup with this one. And there's like I said, I think to me, I just like the goals here for England's won 6 of their last 7. Norway's won 4 of 5. We know that. While England may have, some numbers that say that they can keep games under sometimes, usually it's when they are significant favorites. Norway over in all 5 of these matches here right now. England's still been over in 4 of their last 6, dating back to their last run-up game. So Norway also should be noted, though. I talk about 2-2. They've seen over 3.5 goals in 7 of their last 9 World Cup matches. That includes pre-finals. I call the tournament here is technically the World Cup finals, but you add the over trends of the fact that England scored over 1.5 goals in 3 straight matches in 5 of 6, and Norway scored over 1.5 goals in 4 of 5. It seems easy to think that they're Holland here, like we said. Not only the 14 straight games, but Holland has had 2 goals in 7 of 8 World Cup matches overall. So Norway's seen at least one team to score over 1.5 in 9 of 11. That's including when they came up short, and the opponent did too. Came up with the multiple goals. And Kane has also scored in his last 4 World Cup knockout stage matches. So, all right, great job, everyone in the chat, and we're going to move on. Norway's not winning here, says Chris. And let's see, any more picks there? Hello to Nate D in the chat. He's got the BTTS here. And Holland, right? Remember what I said about Holland there at the start of the tournament? The man, he's like that guy. He goes surfing in the morning, skiing in the afternoon, and then he comes and steals your girlfriend at night. He does it all. Have Holland to score there as well. Moncher. There you go. Moncher. Nice to have Moncher over from Twitch. Saka and Bellingham. Thank you, guys. Let's move on to the next one here now. We've got Switzerland taking on Argentina. I'm still alive in my biggest bet of the futures. Now, if Argentina doesn't win the tournament, I've lost big. I've faded France. I faded Spain, not because I thought that they were terrible. I just thought that 9-2, 4-1, maybe even 5-1 wasn't good enough. So that's why I played Argentina at 8-1, and I'm looking to score with them here to win the World Cup. It's going to be tough. Those other teams are really good, and Argentina, I think, has shown that they're not up to quite the snuff of Spain and France, but they have a chance because they've got the man, and they are 5-0 after all still, and they've covered the spread in just their first 2 games. Actually, the last 3 they did not, and I don't think they're deteriorating a little bit. Maybe they're just overrated sometimes, but if you think about it, they covered against Algeria, they covered against Austria, but they didn't cover against Jordan, they didn't cover against Cape Verde, and they certainly did not cover against Egypt. So Argentina here, though, has gone over in 4 of their 5 matches coming in for Switzerland, 4-0-1, but they've covered the spread in 4 straight games coming in to this game. So get ready, get your picks ready. Let's see what you have in this one, and get it going here with Argentina and Switzerland. You think Switzerland, you're just like, hey, it's going to be a tie. It's going to be 0-0. It's going to be 1-1. Switzerland does what it needs to do. They love ties in Switzerland. They're so neutral. They like to tie on the field. Argentina comes in with 5 straight wins. They've scored 12 goals, defeating Egypt in that, don't forget, a dramatic comeback. And everyone said, though, it's hard now, but sometimes I get so bent out of shape, and people are like, watch out for those referees, the Argentinian referees. They're gonna flip the script on that other, and then the wrong team wins anyways, and it doesn't matter. But for Argentina here, the dramatic comeback, of course. Switzerland, 4 wins, 1 draw in their 5 matches, we mentioned. They advanced on penalties, of course, in that Colombia game following the 0-0 draw. Technically, they covered the spread in that one. They were an underdog in that game by half a goal or so, maybe even a quarter goal. It doesn't matter. They covered. Argentina had 2 scares, really. Cape Verde almost, remember, they trailed late, and Alvarez had the situation there, and man, tell you what, they've come through. But Messi's leading the Golden Boot race, but outside of Fernandez here, I don't know, they just don't seem to have the overall quality of Spain and France right now. But I'm pulling for them. Messi has 8 goals. Switzerland has concerns here with Monzambi. He's been really coming on here, but with 3 goals. But I'm not sure he's going to make it. I haven't seen the report, but he has a knee injury, and Milan's Jashari is on standby here for him, I think, coming into this one. So Argentina, though, is relatively healthy, I think they said. Do we have some picks and comments from the chat? Argentina money line. Nuke told us a couple days ago the 3-teamer is 2/3 of the way home here with the favorites parlay there, and it's looking good. Bellingham anytime goal here. Jim in the England game. Jim says under 2.5, and maybe today here. 3 goals in 11 minutes. I mean, that's how explosive they were, right? Messi goal, BTTS over. Woke is loving it. He wants Argentina in this one. He says this is it. Maybe it is, like you said, yes, Norway is one of the outsiders, if you will. If there's not calling them long shots, not calling them Cinderellas, but like I said, you got 6 of the top 8 teams in the world, and then you have Norway, and then you have Switzerland. They are outside of the top 20-ish, 25-ish there a little bit. So but there's still such quality. Really, they certainly look like top 16 teams. If they have surprised a little bit to get here, they're certainly better than a top 20, and I think they proved that. In fact, Switzerland was one of the fastest risers all tournament in the ratings, actually, along with Norway. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for the hockey analysis. Great job. Messi anytime goal here for Blake. All right, that might do it here. If you got any more, I'll give you guys another minute or two to comment on the World Cup. Argentina, they've won 11 of 12. Switzerland unbeaten in their last 8. And I think the BTTS here could happen as well with this one, because Switzerland, man, they stun you, right? They seem to catch you off guard. After you're still celebrating the goal, they come back and put one in. BTTS has hit 5 of 7 for Switzerland, despite the last 2 being the ones. They were at 5 in a row there for a while, but with the shutouts there, that streak did end. And should be noted, those were the knockout stage, so maybe it is a little tougher for Switzerland, but Argentina might not be the biggest defensive stalwart. Argentina's hit the BTTS in 3 straight matches, and they've also hit the BTTS in 6 of their last 7 World Cup knockout stage matches. So Switzerland's had the under come in 4 of 6, along with 4 straight World Cup matches against CONMEBOL clubs at South America. And they've scored over 1.5 goals in 3 of 4 matches. Unders come in recently for Switzerland with that great defense. They've allowed under 1.5 goals to opponents in 8 straight matches. And Argentina, though, has been overwhelming in their goal scoring. Does kind of neutralize that. So it's a matter of which way you're looking. I think Argentina's gone over in 5 of 6 while scoring 1.5 goals in 11 straight matches. And they've also scored over 2.5 goals in 5 of 6. Messi scored a goal in 9 straight World Cup matches. And even though the Switzerland defense is solid, they need to score, obviously, because it doesn't feel like Argentina is going to be kept off of the scoreboard here. So maybe, this one's at I don't usually, you see the goals there. I usually don't put the Asian handicap on the screen. Hello to Wine Time. I usually don't put the Asian handicap on the screen. I usually pick one or the other, 2 or 2.5 and show the juice. But this one's right down the middle. I mean, it's like 2 over 50 or 2.5 under 50, pretty much. So it's about 2.25. I mean, it doesn't get much tighter than that. So I think Argentina will be able to take care of this one in regulation time. I'm going to take Argentina here. I think the Messi firepower a little bit there. So, yeah, they did get a tough situation there with Egypt, man. And I don't want to say Egypt, is better than Switzerland, but they aren't far off. So let's see. All right, let's get to baseball. Thank you, everybody. Really love the World Cup. I'm sad to see it go. World Cup is just a little different than, like, say, the, Champions League or anything like that. It's just different. It's just different. Okay, here we go. Now, first game up, baseball here today, and they did announce this will be it isn't official. This will be the first pitcher matchup. They'll keep the same pitchers here today. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. All the books are starting to list Sproat and Ashcraft here in this one. Now, look, I probably have to just stay with my pick. Maybe we can break it down, but we did break it down yesterday, and I don't think much has changed other than the bullpens have a little rest. But I'm not going to mess around and say, hey, and I don't know if I would. I took the Brewers yesterday. I will say this. The price is not $1.30 right now. It's more like $1.15. So it's actually about $1.15 here on the Brewers coming in. $1.05. And still Sproat and Ashcraft. So I don't know if we want to, break it down. I've already talked enough here a little bit. But no doubt, this is confirmed as the first game and the first matchup today on the card here with these two pitchers with Sproat and Ashcraft. So talked about a little bit yesterday. Sproat hasn't had the best season, but he's looked better in the recent games for sure. 35% K rate in his last 3 games. This Pirate offense is certainly cooking. They're really hot right now. They're great against right-handers overall this season. So I will have to overcome that a little bit, but there's no doubt Milwaukee is still, beating everybody pretty much when they need to. They are losing a few here or there, but man, it's pretty much 2 wins and 1 loss, and almost like clockwork. Yeah, they've had a few winning streaks in here too, but Pittsburgh was on a winning streak before they lost 2 in a row over the weekend coming into the series here against Atlanta when they lost that series. So Brewers are dangerous. They've struggled not to, drive in all their runs, but going up against Ashcraft has been really good all season. I mean, he's given up 5 hits in each of his last 3 starts, but that was against the Nationals and the Phillies. Also 7 strikeouts in his last 3 games here for Ashcraft. So I'll go ahead and just stick with the Brewers here, but it's a tough game. The money must be coming in on the Brewers given that line move. I don't want to say that the value or anything. I don't want to call it the value or anything, but man, I'll tell you what. Let's see what the chat said in this one. Okay, good morning to Public Enemy in there. Public Enemy takes the Brewers. Cash Cane's on the Bucks. Woka's Joke says you got some other great. Yes, let's not ignore that Scottish Open right now with I don't know, Rory though. But Goddard really, man, he's really playing his real. I sat out this week, but only because of the hybrid. You got, I'll be alive in the British Open, but this one's it's a weird tournament. You got basically, half the field is from the DP World Tour and half of it's from the PGA Tour. Makes for a great tournament here for sure. Brewers game 1 for Blake. Okay, let's keep it moving here on the morning steam right now. And next up, the Cubs and Assad taking on the Reds and Lodolo. And this one, I think it's about a pick. I mean, that's the way I'm seeing it right now. Maybe I'm thinking a pick 'em almost right down the middle. If not, any book that's leaning Pittsburgh, you got another one that's leaning Milwaukee a little bit. So feels like maybe just Pittsburgh. I mean, what did I say? The Reds. I think that's what I meant to say. The Reds here. And let me see in this one. I think I got. Do I have it right? Oh, this is way off here. Hold on a second. I know it's the Athletics and the White Sox, so those supposed to be up there, right? Ugh. Okay, let me just fix it here. Okay, wrong game. Save your picks in there. I don't know how that happened, but it's supposed to be the Athletics and White Sox here right now. And you know what? If I would remember I got to get the graphic out. See, good thing we paused it right here. Maybe if I was looking at the graphic or something, I could get it right. Oh, except for the graphic says the graphic doesn't have the right pitching for the Brewers. That's okay. We kind of filled in the blank there in that one. That's how I did the graphic there before they officially announced the pitchers. Okay, here we go. All right, at least I got my graphic here together. Okay, but let me go to the right game here, though. We'll just go right here, Athletics and Hudson. And, so Fetty, the graphics right, too. Hudson's the opener here for Fetty. I'll catch up here. Fetty will be in there eventually. Hudson's the opener, 2.25 ERA, 3-2 record. Gauge Jump, 3.77 ERA, 1.3 whip, 3-3 record. I mean, Gauge Jump has done a nice job here this year, but the A's are spiraling out of control right now. Like there's no recovery, and they might fall out of the race. The White Sox just beat them 14-1 in the game yesterday, and it was already bad news for the A's going in, looking like they were slip sliding away. But the White Sox here still 29-17 at home coming into this one. Yeah, they're going to be a favorite or a little bit of a favorite here, but that's not bad. $1.15. I mean, it feels like maybe the Fetty fade train is still on, but I still look at the White Sox as a hot contending team with all that power. The A's aren't showing that same power right now, especially on the road. Remember, it's the White Sox that have the Murakami, Vargas, and Montgomery combo in there. Triple in there. They're bombing these runs. It seems like. I mean, you got I don't know, but A's maybe with jump has been a little bit better, but it doesn't seem like it. Seems like the A's are spiraling out of control, and the White Sox here just pounded them yesterday. Why wouldn't they do so today? A's have lost 7 straight. White Sox have lost 4 of their last 5 at home. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and we saw them pounding away yesterday. At least one team was. Cubs money line. Sorry about Woka's jokes. Right, I got him. Woka's joke. I remembered. Hey, Jerry Jones is here. Texas over there 8.25. Okay, let's see here. White Sox money line. Here's Athletics first 5 money line and Kurtz to hit a home run. Kurtz is out of today's game, though. I'm afraid, Kane. I'm pretty sure they've already ruled him out of today's game. And that's another factor, don't forget. Woka's joke, first 5 here, and A's. Does like the A's there in the first 5. Montgomery, can you believe Colson Montgomery? I mean, this guy's been the most overlooked player, I think, here this season in the whole league, hasn't he? Or is it just me? We don't mention him enough. So, all right, I'm on it here with the White Sox and the A. I like that over there, I think, and I think the White Sox here are the team to beat, though, in this game. I'm going to take over here in this one with the Athletics and the White Sox. Give me the full game over here with these two. All right, next up, Cubs. I got to make sure I got the right graphic on every one of these games now. I don't know how that happened, but I think we do. Because now here we go with the Angels taking on the Twins. You got Ryan against Ryan here. Ryan Johnson, that is, for the Angels. You got 7 ERA coming in, 1-4 record. Joe Ryan, 2.84 ERA, 6-5 record. You know, the thing is, when you got Joe Ryan on the mound against a bad team, that's when Joe Ryan's coming through. If you got to go with Joe Ryan against some, a game they need to win, I don't know if I want that. But against the Angels, come on, Ryan Johnson's looked a little rugged with that 7 ERA, 288 batting average against. But actually, he's looked a little bit solid. I've got to give him some credit here. Last couple of starts, 1.8 ERA in his last 3 starts. Here, so look, this is big for him. But the Twins line up with all those. They got their own home run power bats in Minnesota. The sneaky power right this year for Minnesota. You think about it with Lee, Clemens, Bell. They can hit right now. They're hitting a lot stronger, if you will. Ryan's undoubtedly better here. 104 whip, 285 ERA coming in. He's also given up 5 home runs, though, in his last 4 home starts. But against this Angel team right now, Angels did win yesterday, so watch out. It was 4-3. So, and the Angels actually back-to-back. This is the first game of the season between these two teams. The Angels, though, have scored some runs here of late. The offense has been a little bit better, and also against some decent arms of late, too. But they also strike out a ton. They had 7+ strikeouts in 5 of their last 7 games against right-handers like Eovaldi, DeGrom, Miller, and Kirby. So you got to look for Ryan here to be able to mow a little bit, I think, in this one. But let's see what you have here. The Angels taking on the Twins. I'll go to the chat here. Thank you. We've got here, there's Public Enemy back on the Cubs. Let's see here. Langoliers for a home run in that A's game. Twins first 5. Clemens for a homer. Public Enemies on the Sox. Here's an under for Blake. Kane says, I've been doing good with the side and the home run. Get a little SGP action going there. All right. If anything, this has been kind of a one-sided series between these two teams. Minnesota's won 10 of the last 14 between the two overall. But, man, give the Angels credit for, winning that game yesterday. Maybe the line is even a little bit too high here, but I'll probably just take the Twins in the first 5 in this one. Maybe Ryan can dominate there early. Was 4-3 yesterday, and, man, they're laying a full run, but I'll go ahead and take the Twins here on the run line. First 5 here to lead by at least 2 then at even money. Boy, that's a big line. Next up, the Rockies will take on the Giants after last night's exciting finish there. But in this one, you've got Kyle Freeland and Tyler Mahle. Freeland comes in with a 7.46 ERA, 2-7 record. Tyler Mahle, 5.7 ERA, and a 1-8 record. These two pitchers are a combined 3-15. Nobody's going to win this one. How are the Giants even $1.45 against this Rockies team? They just, lost yesterday 4-3 to them. The Rockies are playing some good ball. And you're going to tell me you're going to send Tyler Mahle out there? The Giants are 4-10 when Mahle pitches. At least the Rockies are 6-11 when Freeland pitches. And both these guys have a huge BABIP here. 332 for Mahle, 362 for Freeland here. Freeland 324 batting average against. We know he, might be a little bit better on the road. Maybe these guys are even after all. Man, you can't be thinking about the Giants here at $1.50 and the way they're going right now. Their offense has looked good. I know yesterday was an under, but man, with these two pitchers, it might go over in the first 5. It might go over the 8.5 in the first 5 innings. Seems like. Now let's see what you got here with this matchup with the Rocks and the Giants today here with Freeland. Freeland's been crummy, we know that. Giants are a top 10 in batting average against lefties, so they are a little bit better, although a little bit rugged this last month or so. They scored 2 runs or less in 8 of their last 9 starts against left-handers in June, but they did get 3 against Jeffrey Springs here recently. But, this Giants lineup, we know they're hit and miss, but usually it's hit against bad teams, and Colorado will probably be able to do some damage too. I got to take over in the first 5 here. I got to think, man, watch out. I might go with the extendo on this one in the first 5 with these two. Rockies have been really consistent offensively and good against right-handers. 3 or more earned runs in 4 straight starts against right-handed pitchers, including Logan Webb and Sasaki, although those are in Coors. So let me go over in the first 5 here in this one. Let's see what you got here. Hey, my man Casey Schmidt from Eastlake High School. Man, I'm getting ready for I've been watching the world, I'm a big Little League fan. I've already been watching Little League scores from around the country coming in here right now. And I'm a little bit of a Little League, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a little bit of a Little League expert. Nine legacy here: Brewers, Twinkies, Red Sox, White Sox, and Giants. Goodman to hit a home run here. Woke his joke is over. I pay attention to the Little League so I can max bet on Bet Online, $50 max on Little League games. Moniak, another one of my guys here. La Costa Canyon for a home run. And Giants may have used some bullpen. I'm going over in the first 5. Okay. Next up, the Brewers are okay. Let's go to game 2 of the doubleheader here. So a little tricky. Maybe you don't have a pick, maybe you do, but I'm going to describe it as this. You're going to have Drohan and Chandler. Pretty sure that the pitching is all set in the first game, that this will be the matchup here between these two. And you're going to have Drohan here, maybe down here a little bit to $1.30, maybe even $1.25. So a little bit of money on Pittsburgh's move this line back their way. It's funny because the other games going Milwaukee's way, huh? I wouldn't know why people would be betting on Bubba Chandler at this point. It seems to be hitting the wall big time right now. Now, hopefully for Bubba, that's not the case, but right now he's coming off that terrible start against the Nationals, 6 hits and 4 walks and 4 earned runs in 4 innings. And, well, the Nationals offense, so we know how good they have been going, but still. Bubba here, just, too many walks for Bubba. That's what it is. As good as the Brewers have been, this still could be a game 2 crapshoot a little bit with the second game of a doubleheader. Now, usually I like to go under in doubleheaders, but with these two lineups, I'm not sure you can do that if they start stretching the pitching out a little bit here with these two, especially Pittsburgh at home. 32-18 to the over. We know the Brewers are certainly close to a top 6 or 7 offense, and we know Pittsburgh's in the top 5. So let's see what you got here in this one, and get to it here right now with the chat. It's second game of a doubleheader, so I know we got to watch the first one, but I got to make a pick here. That's what I do. Cash Kane says Giants on the run line. Freeland is scary. Yeah, scary bad, right? And let's see here. Woka's joke, really only 1 or 2 books, and usually it only comes down to the very end, like those national televised games. Sometimes you can get the regionals at BOL. You can get usually the you can get like the Southern California Championship. That's what I'm kind of focusing in on. Of course, I'm pulling for Sweetwater Valley. That's my team that I'm looking for. Well, Fletcher Hills is my team. They're not good enough. But Encino is looking tough out here in Southern California. Encino, watch out. Bowers here for a home run. Drohan's kind of sus, but so is Chandler. Both these guys are, right? So I think here, yes, a lot of times you think doubleheaders, they kind of whip through them a little bit. The pitching is usually kind of dominate for some reason in doubleheaders, but I don't think with these two teams it will. So I'm going to go over in this one with Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. Give me the over full game here in this one. Okay, here we go. Pittsburgh in the first and Milwaukee in the second. Twisted's on the move there. Let me see. I do have some injury information coming in right now. I don't know if it's serious or not. Let me just check on it here. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, we did get that bad news. We knew Connor Griffin, he's on that 60-day injured list with a broken finger, and they've made that official here, I think, today. I think they said they were going to do it. Also, Kyle Harrison, bummer. Harrison, forearm soreness is hitting the injury list here for Milwaukee. Oh, that sounds bad. Don't want that. They've already have a Woodruff on the injured list. They've got so many pitchers, but okay, here. First 5 money line for Kane on both of the games. Maybe over in the second game. Okay, here we go. Next up, got to keep it moving here. Yankees and Nationals. Where were the runs yesterday? Did the runs ever show up? 5-3 in the game yesterday with the Yankees are, not playing too well. Now it says Mikolas on the screen, but I just saw it announced, just came out a few moments ago that PJ Poulin, Mikolas's personal opener, will be opening for the Nationals here. And, You're not going to lose any sleep over that. Cam Schlittler is the man here, of course. And can he mow down this Washington lineup? It's still a great hitting lineup, right? I mean, no matter who you are, you got to think, even if Cam is a 2 ERA, you got to think he's going to have to give up at least 2 runs of this great lineup, right? And can he just mow everybody down when you're talking about one of the top lineups in all of baseball here in the Washington Nationals? First in runs, first in RBIs, fifth in hits, second in home runs. The Yankees are still first in home runs, but, a lot of that came from the first part of the year. These are the top 2 home run hitting teams in the league. You'd think we'd get more home runs. But yesterday, only 5-3. I don't know if that was a surprise or not, but I think we were on the I think that was one of our few losers yesterday, as we had the first 5 over in that one. So I still kind of don't want to go against it. It is still 9, though, with Schlittler pitching. And, well, you do have at least Mikolas getting an opener. But we know Mikolas, a lot of people rate him as arguably the worst pitcher in the league, right? I mean, he's probably not, but his numbers certainly would indicate that it, isn't far off, at least out of qualified pitchers. James Wood. Oh, we're just seeing a really bummer story here coming out. ESPN breaking news. A player for South Africa passed away just a few weeks after they have been eliminated here. Jaden Adams, 25 years old, who started 2 of South Africa's 3 group games and came off the bench in the 1-0 win, passed away here. This just in. Don't think we know what's going on there with why, but that just in. Startling story there from the World Cup. Make sure I'm getting that right. Yep. The 25-year-old who plays for the Mamelodi Sundowns. Still don't see the reason why there. But bummer. Okay, so for Mikolas here, though, he's been terrible, right? We know that. He's got like 5 pitches, but none of them are any good. None of them are any good. So does Schlittler bow these guys here? They still got a great offense. You think that eventually they can get through there a little bit. Maybe Schlittler dominates early. Maybe the Nationals can still come back, because we know that the Yankees are, downright awful. But they did win the game there yesterday, and they won 4 straight. They won the series last year at New York. Okay, here we go with some picks from the chat. Yankees run line, Argentina money line, and over Switzerland. Thanks, 9 Legacy in there. And those home runs, right? I'm picking Rice to win the home run derby over Schwarber and Harper. Yankees money line for Kane. Twisted says Yankees run line here, or maybe over the 9. They do expect runs. Man, the runs never came yesterday, though, and it was Weathers and Palmquist. So I wasn't sure. Nats team total over, says Blake. These offenses are good, but the runs didn't come. Belly for a homer. Yeah, we'll see. PJ Poulin, like I said, he gets the start now. He's the opener, and then Mikolas. So I think they come in with Poulin and then Mikolas. So okay. Jim Deweiger, thank you very much. Yeah, there it is. Jimmy might be behind us, but that's what we're talking about right there. Not in the top 8, but you got the 2 teams kind of outside the top. I said top 20, but to 15 or 20 there. And good point by Kane. Did have a little bit of awkward weather there yesterday. Good point there. All right. I'll make my call on this one. Looks like you guys have made yours with the Yankees and the Nationals here today here in this one. And, the Nationals have been pretty solid here. The Yankees are definitely going through some things right now. Schlittler's been awesome, but it feels like, this run that they're on here, man, I don't know if I want to lay it necessarily with this Yankees team, but they did get it done yesterday, and the price isn't awful today. I'm going to try the Yankees here at -1.5. I'll take them on the run line today to get it done again. I think the pitching difference is just too big to overlook here with Schlittler and Mikolas. Hey, Mikolas, I don't even know if I can give him much credit at all. At least the Yankees offense came alive. 8 batters had hits yesterday, and the Nationals bullpen pretty bad. Maybe it will go over, but Schlittler, can he shut him down? Okay, let's keep it moving here on the morning steam show. I think we got to go to the next. Oh, man, we didn't even switch the panel. I can't hire a producer, okay? I just got to do it myself. Okay, Mariners and Rays here in this one. And for the M's here, you've got Logan Gilbert. He's up against Griffin Jacks in this one. Watch out, man. I'm probably sure I already know what I'm doing in this game. This one I already had written down and not flying by the seat of my pants here. I kind of think that Gilbert, I think we're going to get a good pitcher's duel here. You look, the Rays here, the Mariners, for whatever reason, the Mariners in this on the road, just not good enough. Jacks is probably just fine here against this Mariners lineup the way it's going. Now, sure, the advantage probably belongs to a guy like Logan Gilbert here, but Gilbert's been great. It's solid all season long. 0.95 whip coming in, 30% K rate, super efficient, and he goes deep into games. Can't ask for anything more other than being a superstar. Gilbert is just a very solid, strong, he's a star for sure. But when he does give up, usually it's home run or nothing, or I don't know, double or nothing. And you got to raise top 5 offense for sure against right-handers, and they've been pretty good of late. They're doing a good job, but I like Gilbert to have a good game, and I like Griffin Jacks here too. He's mowing them down a little bit. 3.5 ERA, 1.22 whip, 0.94 whip, 0.94 whip through the last 3 starts, a 186 batting average over the last 3 starts against. So I'll have the under in this one. I'm going under with the Mariners and the Rays here for sure. I got this one 4-2, 4-3 max today. I've got the under Mariners and Rays. Done deal. See what you guys have though. And we've got Twisted said it. You can't book Schlittler to get lit up. More like Mikolas gives up the runs and then let the bullpens come in and blow it up. Kane says Mariners money line. Blake's liking the under there as well. Twisted. Gilbert's great, but when he's out, right? Twisted, it's like whiplash. And, on the road for whatever reason, this Seattle team, this is what's holding them back. They can't get any winning streak together because they can't win anything on the road. And when you're going up against this Rays team right now, it doesn't even matter who they're playing. Seattle's also lost 4 straight. Let's get a move on here and go to the next one. We're seeing this line come out pretty much everywhere, but Bello is not the Bello will be pitching in this game, but he has an opener, and it's Eduardo Rivera, I think is his name. And the lines come out here. It's about 155, 8.5 under 20, 8.5 under 20. A bit of a move there. It was over 20. Let me update this, but Rivera is the opener, but Bello comes in after, I'm pretty sure, the way they were talking. And that's not good news for Boston, but you know what? You're playing the Mets. If you're going to bring Bello back to the major leagues, put him up against the Mets. He might be able to hang in here. So Bello will be in there eventually. He just had 4 starts in AAA, getting sent back down. He was okay it wasn't okay. He had a 4.34 ERA, gave up 5+ hits in all 4 of his starts here. Mets, hey, what can you say? I mean, they've won a few games here and there of late, kind of fix things, not fix things. They're not going to turn around, but it's Boston that comes in with the 7-game win streak right now. But you got Brian Bello going. Awkward. So 7 in a row for Boston, beating the Mets 11 out of the last 16. Mets have dropped 14 of 20. 12 of the last 18 between these two have gone under, but the Mets have gone over in 6 of their last 7 games coming in. Here comes the Princess of Wales on the TV right now at Wimbledon here. Okay, let's see what you got, though, with Rivera going up against Peralta here. Look, Peralta, 1.42 whip, 22% K rate, but against the Cubs and Braves, gave up 8 runs, only 1 earned. I don't know, the scorers nowadays because the Mets made a bunch of errors as usual. That's another problem with the Mets. They make an error every game right at the wrong time, it seems like. Freddie's also given up 6 or more hits in 7 of his last 9 games. So now the Red Sox did do pretty well against McLean, and then AJ Minter was batting practice. So we'll see if they get some success here against Peralta. So I don't know. Bello's back, and they got a 7-game win streak. You don't want them to blow it, but. Let's see what you have in this one. Cash Kane says Soto for a home run. Cash Kane says Mets on the run line. Blake likes the over. Jim likes the over. A couple of overs there. Oh, man. You got to be talking over here with these two. And an opener here. Man. I'm going to go over in the first 5 in this one with the Mets and the Red Sox. I think you guys convinced me of that. Bello here, we'll see. I'll go over in the first 5 at 4.5 runs at minus $1.30. Looks like paying some tax there, boy. Next up. Guardians and Marlins with Binny in there. All right. Look, Guardians got the win yesterday in a bit of a, pitcher's duel, and we may get more pitching here today with Bybee and Perez, I would think. Bybee, it's a little bit awkward here for sure for Bybee right now because he's 2-8. He's 2-9 with a 4.06 ERA, but he's got a 1.14 whip. So the metrics would say, I think, that he's probably okay. But Yuri Perez here, 3.84 ERA, 5-6 record, not spectacular, but a 1.11 whip. So these two pitchers pretty good. Didn't see many runs scored yesterday. We know the Marlins are super hot and have a great offense right now, but Cleveland doesn't really have a great offense, but they've got Bybee here and just, $1.45. Look, Cleveland's still a competitive winning team. They're not that far behind a team like Miami necessarily. Now, granted, it is, let me see if I can figure it out here. It's about 3 games back in the overall record, overall records. I'm not comparing these two in this interleague game, but Marlins have the slightly better record. Yuri Perez is pretty good. Bybee's still very good. So, these guys, they're going to pitch well, I think. And maybe the call is for the total to go under here possibly, although kind of want to still just number on Cleveland. They won yesterday, and it was I don't want to say it was advantage Miami yesterday, even though they were a slight favorite because Messick ended up looking pretty good against Alcantara. So we know Bybee's got a solid set of pitches. He's also given up a ton of home runs, 7 home runs in his last 5 games right now. Marlins have been a top 2 offense versus right-handers here over the last 7 to 10 days, that's for sure. Perez has looked really good, though, since coming back from injury. 106 ERA, 0.95 batting average against in 3 starts, and he's been great all season at home. The Guardians have been pretty bad offensively here, but somehow they got the job done yesterday. Let's see what you got. Chase DeLauder's on fire, but he needs some help. See what the chat says here. And Jermaine says he doesn't think Bello got called up. Man, that's not what I understand. Let's see here. Now you got me wondering, because I've got him. I've handicapped this whole game with him now coming in here. With him coming in here after this opener here. They probably wouldn't want to call him up. That's for sure. All right. Okay. All right. The beat writer here says Red Sox calling up big rookie lefty and not Brian Bello to start there. So, okay. Okay. So Rivera here, 6'7", 237, Puerto Rican, comes in straight from Double-A. 2.84 ERA, 46 Ks, 38 innings, number 18 prospect. Okay. Man, we maybe should go back and make a pick against. Well, I don't want to say that because you are playing the Mets. Okay. Oops. Where's the show? Here? There. Okay, I found my spot. Anyway, let me continue on, though, here with this one. We've got Public Enemy on the Marlins. Sorry about me reading that story there to get that confirmation that Jermaine gave us. Blake here says he'll take the Marlins. Here's Cash Kane, -1.5 on the Marlins. Stowers did a home run, says Cash Kane. 9 Legacy says Gardens money line and Red Sox money line. And he's up. Oh, he's definitely up here for sure. In fact, he is listed here by all the books now as the man who is starting this game. I thought he would be an opener there. I did comment on a show last night that he was being called up, but I thought they were just going to run him as a piggyback possibly with Bello. And here's Jermaine. He likes the fish here in this one. All right. I'm going to go under with Vibey and Perez here. Give me the under. I'll take the under. Let's keep it moving right now here on the Morning Steam Show. Phillies and Tigers. Oh, boy, you got Sanchez coming on here. This is always a pretty good spot, I think, for a guy like Sanchez. It's kind of tough to fade him in the spot, no matter how you look at it. Now, Casey Mize has been pretty good. Detroit is hot. We said get hot, Detroit. They did get hot. They still got a ways to go, but they're now at least just 6 games under 500. And the Phillies here still rocking it here, 9 games over 500. Pretty good situation. Anytime you get Sanchez in here at a pretty decent price. Now, look, we've been pulling for Detroit. They've obviously have a very good pitcher in here right now, but this is kind of Sanchez's spot for a Sanchez spot here for the most part. I mean, it's easy just to say it, but there are some games that set up better than others, it feels like. 2.61 ERA, 10-4 record for Sanchez. Mize, 2.63 ERA, 4-5 record overall. Detroit on a winning streak here right now, finally getting it going. Philadelphia has still won 10 of the last 13 meetings between the two. Detroit has won 6 straight right now for their last 5 at home, but they have dropped 5 of the last 7 at home to the Philadelphia Phillies. See what you got here in this one with Phillies and Sanchez and going up against Mize here. Obviously, a pretty good pitching matchup. And, Phillies aren't stupendous on the road necessarily. 27 and 22, about, I guess, a little bit better on the road, about the same, right? But Detroit here, 9 and mentioned all this winning ways here. Blake does like the Tigers. Public Enemy likes the Tigers, and Cash Kane liking the under in the first 5 there. I kind of think both these guys deal. I think Sanchez deals. I think Mize deals. First half line is just 3.5 in the first 5 there. Kane likes it though. And I don't mind it. I kind of like the under here myself in this one, especially here. You got Philadelphia 18 and 30 to the under on the road. Detroit 19 and 27 to the under at home. I'm going to go under in this one. Give me the under here with the Phillies and the Tigers. I'll take the under. Okay, next up, the Astros are on the road taking on the Rangers in a Texas battle. Houston comes in here with Peter Lambert, 3.26 ERA and 7-5 record. Kamar Rocker, 3.95 ERA, 2-7 record for Rocker here. And still, the Rangers, they are the favorite, right? Slight favorite here, $1.15, $1.20 or so in this one. So Lambert here, he's been pretty okay for sure. I don't think the Houston's complaining. And Rocker, maybe he's been a disappointment. Maybe this is where he's supposed to be right now when it comes to how effective he's going to be currently. Lambert's been solid. Certainly has enough starts now under his belt to think that he's pitching pretty well this year. Did go up against the Rays last time out, 5 2/3 innings, struck out 6. And the Rangers offense has looked good in their past several games, including the last couple here, those wins that they just picked up over the Angels and Houston. They scored 7 runs in both of those games. And here, modest price anyway. I was on the drive-thru yesterday touting up the Rangers for a win. Rocker's been pretty inconsistent, gives up a lot of hits, and, ends up with a lot of base runners out there for sure, but he's not bad at working out of those jams. So last time the Astros saw Rocker, they did score 4 runs on him in 5 innings. Like I said, the Astros offense has been pretty good, obviously, here. And let's see if these guys really can keep it down here today, even though they might look like good numbers on the surface a little bit here. Let's see how it goes today. The Rangers, they used to be an automatic under there at the start of the season, but it's been a lot of overs since then for the Rangers at home. In fact, they've gone over in 5 straight games and 6 of their last 7 at home. The Astros have gone over in 8 of 12, including 5 of their last 6 on the road. So both teams playing well. Houston's won 8 of the last 11 meetings against Texas, even though they lost yesterday's game here. So maybe Houston, maybe up Texas at home, and Rocker, pretty decent arm here. Lambert actually probably a little bit more seasoned major league wise. I'd be interested to see that actually. All right, give me the Rangers here in this one. I'm going with Texas again. I'm taking Texas here on the Morning Steam Show. Give me the Texas Rangers in this one. Astros Rangers over. Alvarez for a home run. It would be 201. And Texas money line here for Blake. Talked about Nick Kurtz. The news has just come in here too. The Morning Steam Show. Nick Kurtz is headed to the injured list actually with that busted thumb. Not something he's going to be able to work with. So going to miss probably a couple 10 days here at least. Royals and Orioles here in Baltimore. Noah Cameron up against Bradish. Kyle Bradish here. Okay numbers so far for Bradish. 3.76 ERA, 5-9 record, and a 1.4 whip. For Noah Cameron, 4.7 ERA, 5-6 record, 1.45 whip. But man, look at that price on the Orioles. Like we're like we're going to the playoffs here or something. Boy, I don't know about that. Orioles have won 2 in a row. Casey's lost 3 in a row. The record isn't that much better than them, are they? 6 games ahead in the American League standings overall for the Orioles. So maybe so, but $1.60 with a team that is 7 games under 500 doesn't seem like something you'd be really interested in doing, even though we know Kansas City 17-31 on the road this season, pretty bad. Baltimore just 26-25, but Kansas City might even have a little bit better offense. I don't know. Doesn't seem very great to want to take a chance here with the Orioles in this one. I think I'm going to try Kansas City in the first 5 here with Cameron, just on the price alone. Just not sure that Baltimore should be up towards $1.50 or so in this game. I'll take Kansas City plus a half a run at -115 in the first 5 here in this one. Maybe the matchup's not great, but I'm not interested in that price with this Orioles team. That's for sure. Let's see how you guys have it in this one. Kansas City taking on the O's here in Baltimore today. Cameron's been hittable. I can't defend it. 3 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts, and been giving up some hard contact as well. Did look okay against the Phillies, though. 1 earned run in 5 innings, and the Orioles here have looked a little bit more solid at home, but against left-handers, not the best situation here, actually. So maybe Cameron can work his way through 5 innings here for me. Bradish is having has the better numbers for sure, but does walk a ton. He's given up 3 or more starts in back-to-back starts here, but has pitched 7+ innings in 3 of his last 4 starts. Now the Royals offense has been a little bit better of late, but on the road against righties is probably the worst situation for them. They did get 3 runs on Young, but couldn't really convert anything after that. So I'll take them though. I'll take Royals first 5 here. Got some picks from the chat for sure. Here's 9 Legacy. Astros on the run line in that game there. Also, Royals money line for Public Enemy. Royals first 5, cash gain. Royals for Blake here. Texas Lone Ranger, says Jermaine. I think that's what he's saying. Hi, I'm Madeline, the Lone Ranger. Here's 9 Legacy. Baltimore on the run line. Only Jermaine might get that. Royals money line here. He might not. Let's see here. Kane says, Pete, it's a homer. Okay, next up, I think we got to change the graphic again. I always miss it for one game here. Or 2. Okay, next up, we've got the Cubs on the road taking on the Reds here. Javier Assad goes up against Lodolo in this one. Yeah, Lodolo, the Cubs lineup's been pretty hot, but let's see how they do again. And Lodolo's not great. I'm not trying to sell you on Lodolo here. Well, I might be, actually. Assad's been good for this season. Low walks, but not the best strikeout pitcher overall. The Reds have been running a little bit worse at home and against right-handers. Maybe not the best situation offensively. Lodolo's been kind of hittable, but his last few starts, 1 earned run in his last 3 starts with more than 4 strikeouts in each. So he's actually looked pretty good here. I'm probably going to take the Reds here. I might be a little bit contrarian in this one, but I'm going to go with the Reds in this game. Watch out. I think Lodolo might be up to just something here. Maybe Assad too. But I'm going to say it's the Reds when it's all said and done getting this game. I'm going to take a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of an upset. Maybe it's even money or so. Cubs offense is not what it was just a few games ago for some reason. And they've been worse on the season. They've been not good against left-handers. I think that's where they've had a little bit of problems, I think. What is their record against lefties? Real quick again. 12-12. Okay, well that's a All right, let's see what the chat says here. Gonna be you gotta wash the baby. You gotta wash the baby. The baby says she's running. The baby says she's running. Cash Chain says Cubs money line. Reds pitcher will not go a full game today. And here's Reds on the money line for 9 legacy. Blake's on the under, and Sal did a home run. There was a story about Sal Stewart. What did he do? Did he sign a contract, or was there some controversy? What was the story with Sal Stewart? I thought there was a story with Sal Stewart here recently. Maybe there wasn't. I thought there was a news story with Sal within the last 24 to 48 hours. Okay, I don't know what it was. All right, we'll keep it moving though here right now. Next up, Braves on the road taking on the Cards here tonight with Liberatore going here in this one. And Ronaldo Lopez for the Braves. Look, Lopez is going to be the more solid guy here. 3.18 ERA, Liberatore 5.34 ERA. But Cardinals won yesterday, and watch out today. They might get him here. Cardinals won 2-1. The Braves couldn't get their offense going again. Cardinals are they a favorite here, or are they a dog now? No, maybe it's a pick'em. Maybe it's a pick'em in this one, but let's see what you think here. I'm kind of drifting to the Cardinals, but maybe the total's a better place for me. Let's see what you got in this one. Liberatore, we know he's a better pitcher at home. He's durable. It's not great, but the Braves are starting to have, the Braves are already having problems offensively. Here, they're not what they once were right now, and they're just not taking enough walks, really. Lopez here, just 3 earned runs in his last 7 outings, and this Cardinals offense hasn't been great either. So maybe we will see a low score here. I mean, after all, yesterday's game was just 2-1, and we might get that here. Even though Liberatore's got that big ERA, the Braves just aren't producing, it seems like. They maybe are starting to come back to life. It'd be helpful if they could get their players, they could get Acuna back and healthy in there, but Liberatore is not great. He is a left-hander. I don't know if that helps or hurts in this particular situation. I mean, overall, Atlanta's 23-15 against lefties, but they're equal opportunity. They'll beat you if you've got a right-hander out there. Doesn't really matter. So I think we'll see effective pitching here early on. I don't mind this price for the Cardinals though. Actually, at even money or so, maybe I could actually take here the Cards. Let me see what the line is here. The first 5 minus $1.10. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the money line in the first 5 here in this one, and I'm saying that Liberatore will be serviceable here, and maybe the Cardinals can get this win in the first 5. Blake's going Cardinals money line. Kane's going Braves on the money line. Next up, the Blue Jays are on the road against the Padres. Well, seems like the Padres can't solve the Blue Jays right now. Blue Jays 3-game winning streak. For the Pods here, they come in with losses to Arizona and Toronto. They've lost 7 of 10 actually coming in. Padres have gone under in 7 of their last 10. They're 14-24 the under here as a favorite, and I think they're still favored right now, barely. So I don't know if you really can hang your hat on that type of trend here in this one. The Blue Jays might be favored by the time it's said and done. But, we'll see what you think in this one. Padres aren't hitting at all. I don't think they can get much off of Trey Savage here the way this Padres offense is going. They picked it up a little bit, but, it's just Savage, good control, good strikeouts, does get tired, gives up some walks, but it's only given up 4 earned runs in his last 3 outings and a 1.08 whip here for you, Savage. He's doing quite well. Padres were on a hot streak, but they've cooled off dramatically here. Buehler, does struggle. He's been better at home. That's all we can say, but he's given up 16 earned runs in his last 2 starts. I mean, how are you going to trust the Padres here with Buehler? Blue Jays offense has looked good in their past few games, 5+ runs in their last 3 games overall. And while they've been a little bit rugged on the road, they got a pretty easy matchup here, it feels like, with Buehler in this one. So they might get to pounding Buehler here. So let's see what you got in this one. Cardinals money line back there for 9. Legacy. Sorry, I missed the plays there. Blue Jays money line, Okamoto for another home run. And let's see here. I'm going to take the over in this one with Padres tonight. Give me the over. Padres and Blue Jays. All right, one more here. Now we got the Diamondbacks on the road taking on Yamamoto. Are you sure that's not Ohtani? I mean, $3 here against Florida. Let me fix Brandon Fox's name. He's already got a crazy enough name. All right. So I don't think anybody wants any part of the Dodgers at 290. I mean, maybe they will crush the Diamondbacks here, but Diamondbacks are starting to play a little bit better here. They just won yesterday 9-3. Granted, it was a bullpen game. Yes, Yamamoto is great, but remember the Dodgers here are 43-50 as a run line favorite. The Diamondbacks are 31-22 as a run line underdog. And you're getting a little bit of even money here with Arizona in this one. I mean, I'm just going to take I don't even know if I'm going to break it down. I mean, to me, I just want to take Arizona here and say you can't do that. You can't do that. Putting the Dodgers out here at nearly $3. Yeah, Yamamoto's great. I mean, what can you say about him? You could just talk about how good he is and how dominant he can be and how he's pitched pretty well in his career against the Diamondbacks here a little bit. But the Diamondbacks looked great yesterday's game against the bullpen, but against Yamamoto, it's going to be tougher. I'm just going to have to hope for the best here, actually. Dodgers did use 7 bullpen guys yesterday, so you got to keep him in there probably at least for 5 or 6, even if he's having a little bit of trouble. I don't know. Dodgers offense hasn't really been great at home of late, but they have this season for sure. Maybe they've been down a little bit. Now, Fott gives it up big time. He's given up home runs left and right, but his last 2 starts, just 1 earned run in 10 1/3 innings. He's been mostly a reliever this year, but we know he can start. Basically was starting for 2+ years. We thought by the 3rd year, he'll probably be pretty good. Well, I don't know about that, but I'm going to take him. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks here on the run line. I know that. Plus 1.5 at even money, minus $1.05. What is it? Diamondbacks at plus 1.5 at plus $1.05. Just as I said it, the line was moving against us. Blake's on Toronto there, and Blake's on the Diamondbacks. And Jermaine might even go with the reversal here in this one. And 9 Legacy says, Diamondbacks money line. Shohei for a home run. He is expected to hit. He is expected to play, although he's not going to play in the All-Star game. Okay, that's it for baseball. Thank you, everybody. What a great job you guys did today. I always get sad when we only have a few, but we got 50 of you watching right now. So let's go to the WNBA and see what we got on tap there. 3 games. Let's talk about them, and then the show will be over here. Or maybe talk about the CFL real quick. Right, you got the Liberty taking on the Lynx here in this one, and Minnesota favored by 4.5, 174.5 here in the 173.5. Do I hear 172? No, it's 174 maybe. It is Lynx by 5. Two of the best teams in the league here, obviously, in a pretty big game, nationally televised here in this one. Saw the Dan Patrick complaining there about, I guess, the commissioner scheduled to go on the air with Dan Patrick on his show, and then at the last second flaked on him. Gave him an excuse, but it's crummy to do that to a media member, especially when they've hyped it up all day and said we're going to get the commissioner in here asking about, obviously, look, if you're not paying, if you're not, we talk about the Caitlin Clark situation. We talk about what happens in this league. We talk about what the underlying sometimes the tones are. Is it just look like? Are we making it up? Are we seeing things that through jaded glasses? Well, maybe not. Or maybe it's something started by somebody, but obviously here the Congress has gotten involved here. Washington, and looking into, racial abuse of Clark by players. It's one thing just sit here and talk about it and say, maybe the women, I don't know, I'll say women, talking shit or whatever, but they want an investigation. They want to bring the commissioner in front of the House, in front of the Senate, talk it down a little bit, see what's going on. Anyway, Liberty and Lynx here in this one. You got, I don't know, it looks like a pretty good game here. Yes, Minnesota might be favored by 5. That's a lot of points. Liberty is 3-1 as an underdog this season. Lynx are great, but man, Liberty's got a good team. Seitu Sabali is out here, but Olivia Miles is probable. She's going to be back in this one for the Liberty here. Also missing a couple of role players here. Phoebish out. Allen questionable. Astier questionable. So the Liberty has injuries here, no doubt about it. They've got 4 notable players out. Not all starters, but 4 players who do play quite a bit. And Miles is back here for Minnesota. So maybe New York can suck it up here and get it done. They are 3-7 ATS on the road. Also, New York 8-2 to the over on the road. Minnesota might put up a big number here. I'm going to take the over in this one between the Liberty and Minnesota. Give me the over here with these two. I like it over 175. Let's see what you guys maybe have on this one. NBA Summer League today as well. Pick up my picks for the NBA Summer League over there at winnable.com. We weren't perfect yesterday, but I thought we came through pretty good. There we had a free pick on Indiana over Cleveland. A lot of people were picking Cleveland. We went Indiana. We went with the under in that Brooklyn-New York game. Brooklyn might be the best team. And we did lose with Milwaukee and Miami under, but 2-1, I guess, on the 2-1, I guess, on those. Hey, everyone, we talked about Kansas City today a little bit there, and maybe they were live in that game. The steam's coming in on Kansas City by right now. Steam coming in here on Kansas City here against Baltimore there. I think the Sharps just said too much, like we did. Liberty on the spread for 9 Legacy. Blake says go over in this one. And woke his joke. And woke his joke. You'd think that'd be a funny, but a crazy statement, right? And one of those where it could never go the other way. But I didn't even think about it when the Lakers made the moves they did. I was like, wow, what great moves the Lakers just made. I didn't really think maybe I might downgrade them a little bit. Okay, here we go. Next up, Fire in the Dream. The Dream are struggling, man. What's wrong with the Dream? They did win last game, no doubt about it. They won, but they did not cover against Seattle. They won by 11. They were favored by 12, but still didn't cover. Portland's covered 3 straight here. They are getting a bushel full of points in this one. And, Atlanta, for whatever reason is, they're struggling here now. Maybe this is the game where they get it in gear. Get one of the expansion teams coming in here, right? You need the game, right? Is this where you kind of take them here at this point? I'm going to go over in the first half in this one. This is what's going to happen. I would think that Portland here I think Portland will probably fall behind here, maybe even trail. And then I believe this will be a situation where I think the back door comes into play. And I think that Portland can I don't think they'll keep falling down. Atlanta's not showing a penchant for blowing teams out here, I think. So let's see if you guys have that here in this one with the Fire and the Dream. Portland hasn't exactly been great either of late, but the Dream have failed to cover in 7 of their last 10. Portland is 11-7 to the over as an underdog here. We're just 3 minutes away. I'd like to finish this show and watch the tennis match here. They're coming onto the court right now. And so let's see what you got, though, here in this one with the Fire and the Dream. Portland is 1-6 straight up on the road, their last 7, but they've covered 4 of their last 6 overall. Atlanta is 0-7 ATS in their last 7 games. They've actually lost 5 of their last 6 overall. So maybe this is the one for Atlanta, but we'll see. I think it's going to be tough. Okay, great. Thank you, 9 Legacy. And Blake here liking the points. Next up, the Mercury are taking on the Aces to wrap it up here. I think this is going to be tough for the Mercury. We've been on them a little bit. They did lose their last 2 games there, did not cover. Aces here, minus 9.5 in this one. Watch out. I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to take under in the first half for sure in this game. I think Phoenix has all kinds of problems early. I think this is a maybe team total under first half for Phoenix. I think they're going to have a very, very slow and rough start against the Aces here. Phoenix did win already here in Las Vegas back in May, 99-66 in a total surprise. The Aces did come back to beat Phoenix last month, 88-76 in Phoenix, but I think they owe them here, and I think they're going to probably blow them out. But I'll go under in the first half of the Mercury and the Aces. Okay. Portland Fire on the spread. Phoenix Mercury on the spread, says 9 Legacy. And here's Nuke. It's time. Nuke waited all show. Nuke, you didn't wait all show to do it, did you? Look at this. Okay. He did it. He waited all show. He says, I'm going to wait. And as soon as we get to, and so Ramon, he probably thought I was going to forget the CFL. Stamps and Owls here in this one. Nuke has given us the play. He says take Montreal, so we'll just go with Nuke there. But I've already said my play. I'll take the over. Look, okay, now we're dealing with record setting. We're dealing with 61.5 here. But I think if I was objective, okay, yes, we're probably paying a tax of probably, I don't know, 6 points at least, right? Maybe 4 points. Maybe this one would go over. But I would just say, if you told me, right, Calgary against this offense, that's going to be tough. And the Stamps against this offense, that's going to be tough. Now, I think, if anything, I'm a little bit down on Vernon Adams in this game. I think that's why Montreal will get it done. I think Davis Alexander, huge day. I would find Tyson Philpott. I would take him for 2 touchdowns today. Tyson Philpott, 2 TDs today. And Sneed, he's going to get a touchdown today as well. He'll have a big game. So I think that's the key right there for Montreal. Davis Alexander, Tyler Philpott, and Travis Sneed in here. These will be the key guys here today in the game for Montreal. They'll go on to win it here, I'm sure, in this one. But I'll go ahead and take the over. Tyler Sneed. Did I say Travis Sneed? Tyler Sneed. And I think it will be over because I think not only that, look, Dietrich Mills is a dynamic player. Calgary, probably not up to par of some of these good teams. They're going to be probably just around 500 this year. But Dietrich Mills is looking like Oliveira out there. All right, let's see what is going on here. And he waited. Nuke waited. Go with the nuke. Let's go for the. If he waited, we're gonna do it, right? I'm gonna go premium, and I'm gonna say, well, I can't. I'm not say Nuke gave me the play, but 2 unders so far this week. Hey, I went under yesterday in that game yesterday with Toronto and Winnipeg. I went under, mostly saying though, I did say we were here on the show. I took under on the show yesterday, but I was like, Drew Brown's in there. That's going to hurt him. But I still liked Winnipeg in that game. All right. Thanks, everybody. That should do it. Enjoy. I'm going to go watch the tennis match right now coming on. One more show tomorrow, then we'll be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we're going to have that, get my UFC picks here today coming up in just about an hour. I'll be releasing those. If you want to get them over at winnable.com/Ramon. Let's do a drawing. Someone's going to win the plays here straight away. And if you do win the drawing, just go and use the promo code WINNER. Now, we'll charge you after 1 month, but I'm hoping you'll or 5 weeks. I'll give the winner an extra week, but hopefully you'll like the picks and you'll allow for that renewal. That's how you do it. And that's what they told me in Marketing 101. So here we go. Let's take a look and see who wins the drawing here. Use the promo code WINNER to get 1 month. And it's going to be Attracting Lineup. Now, I don't think that's a different name for Twitch. I don't know. Attracting Lineup with those numbers. It makes me feel like a spam, but if you want to go, if you need a free week, use the promo code LIVE. We'll let attracting spammer. What do I call it? They're probably watching. All right. That's going to do it, everybody. Thanks to everyone here in the chat. We're back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9.